Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to DemonCrawl. Just to orient you relative to me, I recorded the first 5 episodes of this in the first couple of days that I owned it, and now I've taken a break just to give a chance to get some feedback on different videos and different things before I started playing again. So it's been a number of days since I've played, but I know that we unlocked a second quest. And so I guess I'm going to jump into that. I'm going to be a little bit rusty, I'm sure, just in terms of the controls for the first couple of minutes. And also just getting my brain back into the Minesweeper mode of play. But let's go ahead and start on a new quest. And I'm curious to see if Spy is going to kick in. It's also been pointed out you can use WASD to kind of move things around rather than the click and drag that I was doing before. So I might do that with moving things around. But I don't see, like, at the end of the last one, I bought that Spy Mastery, and I don't see it actually kicking in to kind of, like, automatically give me a bunch of cells at the beginning. Big Fat Grin, Shopping Bag. Item shops never run out of items. Alright, that's interesting. Alright, but let's just go ahead and start things off by remembering how to play Minesweeper, which I think I can totally do. And yeah, we got some good stuff going on over here, and I've definitely, I think, already reacquired the ability to do courting, which is basically, rather than clicking on a square in order to update it, clicking on adjacent numbers in order to reason about things. Okay, so if one of these two is done, there's only one here. This means this one has to be open, which means it's got to be that one. Over in here, exactly one of these two, or exactly one of these two, which means, once again, that this one has one of these blocks, so all 3 of these can be opened up. And so that's going to allow me to basically reason through all the rest of the puzzle. So there's a nice little start. And for that, we get some experience, we get some bonus experience from being untouchable. And there's already an item shop. I've got 14 coins. Let's check out what's in the item shop, I suppose. I could buy Midas Glove. Hearts drops are converted to diamonds if you're not injured. That's interesting. It's a little bit of a trade-off, but it's mostly good. Sometimes you want to leave the heart drops around in case you get injured in the future. Iron Bank, when you complete a stage, gain 1 defense for every diamond or chest left behind. So defense, I think, is basically this coming down here, and that seems pretty important in the long run, so I think I'm going to purchase that. And if I'm going to be leaving those things behind, then converting extra hearts into this would be more of them to leave behind for more defense, so I think that's also going to be worth it. Oh, except for I don't have enough money for it anymore. Oops. Alright, so there we are. And that shows up as... No, these are different mission things. It shows up in here. Okay, so it shows up in my inventory bag. The thing that I just bought. That's what I wanted to know. But I believe that's a passive. And again, I think, like, yeah, things with a black background, I believe, are just passives. Is something we learned from the tutorial last time. Okay, so it's diamonds and what? Diamonds and chests. So I can still go ahead and pick up the coins. But the chests and diamonds I might want to leave behind. Okay. So, one of these two, which means this is going to be safe. Same logic over here. Then if one of these two, that means all 3 of these are safe, so we can do that. And this one has to be safe. Let's see. So one of these two has to be, which means it can't be this. 2 of these two, and 1 of these two. The chest here, I think even if I open the chest... Can I get access to see the number that's here? Well, it doesn't matter right now because I can go ahead and mark these, and that's actually going to help me get through a bit of the puzzle over here, so we can come back to that chest in a moment if we need to. Which we might need to. Okay, so let's find out. If I open up this chest, I get a treasure. Good mana fish. Randomly reveals 1 to 3 monsters. Alright. And it did reveal that there's number 1 here. Okay, so that was useful because basically it's going to open this up for me. And now I know exactly one of these, which means this one has to be a monster. And exactly one of these two, which means with the 4, this one has to be a monster. Exactly one of these means that this has to be open. But I think we're getting into some guesses over here. I could use my randomly reveal 3 monsters thing right now. I'm not sure if that's going to reveal monsters in squares that I've already marked or not. Let's try it out. Alright, so I'm going to activate this thing. It costs mana. And... oh, randomly reveals 1 to 3 monsters. Okay, we revealed 1 and it was on a square that I had already marked. So that was not particularly helpful. But c'est la vie. And is there anything else that I can reason out right now? I've got a bunch of 50-50s. This one, 2 out of 3 will be bad. This will help me the most, I think. So let's do that. That allows me to do this, which allows me to open up all of that. And yeah, a whole lot just opened up over here. For both of these... wait a minute, there's 3 of these already, so we got a 50-50 over here. 2 out of 3 there. Got some 50-50s going on over here. And how much mana recharging? Okay, it's going to take a lot of steps before that's going to recharge all the way that I could use it again. So I think let's just take one of our 50-50s and hope that we don't get hit. Hooray, we didn't. Great. Okay, so now I can probably clear out this whole area. Yeah. That's great, and we left a diamond and a chest behind. So that's going to give me 2 extra defense. Yes, my defense has gone up by 2. So that's going to help on future levels for me to take less damage. With only 7 coins, I think I'm going to leave the shop behind for now, and I'm just going to skip ahead to the grotto. And we'll see what we can do in this area. I will take the coins. And I need to get better about kind of reasoning about stuff like this. So, at least 2 of these. And so even if they were scrunched up over here as far away from this one as possible, it would already be touching that one, so this one has to be open. So there's reasoning along those lines that I can do. So the exact kind of same reasoning here. 2 of these, it would be, even if they were scrunched up as far away from this one as possible, it would still be the case that at least one of them was touching that one, which means all 3 of these are going to be safe to open. Okay, and so now that gives me a foothold into a portion of the puzzle where I can start making a little bit more progress. Exactly one of these, but we know there's 2 of these, so this one has to be a bad guy. And now exactly one of these and exactly one of these means that these 3 can all be opened. We got a 50-50 over here, but either one of these will be touching this, so both of these get opened. Yeah, alright, so we got that whole area figured out. Alright, that was good progress over there. Let's see, let me try to use my WASD to move the screen around a little bit as I work on the bottom portion of the puzzle. And I still wouldn't mind having more defense, so I'm still happy to go ahead and leave those bits untouched. Sundrop is fully charged. And that was the thing that reveals a monster if I need to. So basically, before I ever make a decision to take a 50-50 shot, I should go ahead and use my magic item there, just in case it's going to save me instead. But we managed to finish this one, get a bunch more defense. So yeah, I think that iron thing's going to be useful, like super duper useful. And also, I forgot, someone pointed out to me that apparently the power level of any particular puzzle, which I think is visible in the upper left. Oh, rite of passage. Choose one right. Plus 2 max life. That's not bad. Plus 1 defense. That's super great. Spellbound plus 300 mana. It only costs 5. I think the defense, basically, is the thing that you want. Alright, but this has a power level of 1 to 4, so I believe that means that monsters in the puzzle will hit you from 1 to 4 damage. And so with 5 defense, I think that means I'm immune. So I'm actually going to intentionally test that out during this. There's 25 monsters and 132 squares on this one. But I think the power upgrade that I have, or sorry, the defense upgrade that I have, means good things. So let's somewhat intentionally just try, yeah, going out here. Okay, I did take damage. This was non-hand owl the beast. So maybe it's the case that your defense can, to a minimum of 1. It even says it if I hovered over it. That's what I was just about to speculate. Okay, so we can only defend like 4 or 5 hit points or whatever damage that things are going to do. Alright, I was willing to take a little bit of unnecessary damage to test that out. If I had been paying more attention, I could have just read the tooltips and not needed to eat the damage to figure that out. But that's fine. I have confidence in my own abilities. Okay. So, back to... Is it minesweeping or demon crawling? Or not sure what the verb is I should use to describe my own gameplay here. Let's see. I could definitely mark that, and then I can open up all of these. That's super great. Got a whole bunch that opens up over here. I can mark these guys. A whole bunch opens up here pretty easily. And... yeah, so the first few levels it seems like things are relatively easy, and then it's going to get much harder. Seems to be the gist of it. It feels like it really ramps up at the end. I need to remember that this guy is a guy, even though he's not marked with my little bomb icon. So let's see. I know exactly one of these is, which means one of the 3 on the right is. So I've got a 1 and 3, I've got a 50-50. Are there any better odds that I have around here somewhere? Okay, 2 of these 3 have to be, so once again, even if they were scrunched up, one of them would be touching the 1, so this one has to be safe, I think. And if those, then this is also counting, which means all 3 of these are okay to open, which means I can do that. Okay, so we've made some good progress all of a sudden. That has to go there, which enables me to open up some more over here. Alright, so I've got a 50-50 there. I've got a 50-50 there. I've got less than a 50-50 here, and so I think this is the place that I should be willing to possibly take some damage, and now I have. Although I should have thought that out better. But I can open up both of these now. But there might have been a better place for me to reveal a monster that could give me better outcomes after I took some damage. I hadn't reasoned through that. For example, like, if clicking on this one would give you more information if there's a monster there than clicking on this one. Those are trade-offs that I didn't think. I was just thinking, oh, it's 1 and 3 on all of these. Let's just reveal any of them. But one of them might be more valuable information than the others. Although in this instance, I'm not sure that that was the case. Okay. I don't think there's anything better than 50-50s over here right now, so it might be worth me revealing a monster, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, sadly it was one that we've already seen, so that did not really help us. And is it truly 50-50? Yeah, I think it is. How many monsters are left? There are 4 monsters remaining. Let's hope that one of these 2 is going to help break things open for us. Okay, it will. That helps a lot, actually. Yeah, that's going to help a whole ton. Okay, great. And are we just left with a 50-50 over here? Sure looks like it to me. 1 monster, 2 possible locations. Let's just hope we get lucky. We did not. Alright, but we're still alive thanks to our defense. And we left some loot behind, so we leveled up again. We got a token. And heirloom slot. Unlock item crafting during hard mode. An heirloom can be brought into a quest as a single-time use. That reminds me a little bit, for those of you who may have seen when I played... what was the name of that game? Where basically, it was a tiny little RPG where you're always moving to the right. think it was like One Direction Wonder or something. It's not the name of it, but it was something along those lines. And it was a little RPG roguelite kind of thing or whatever, where you were constantly moving to the right and going through towns and fighting off bad guys, but the screen was always scrolling to the right, and so that was kind of your main constraint on time. And in any case, in that one, you could unlock spots where basically you keep inventory items between runs, and so I think that's what these heirloom spots are going to be, is basically being able to keep inventory items between runs, which would be pretty great. And I still don't understand. I was looking at that just because I still don't understand, again, at the token shop. You'll recall, we unlocked and I thought purchased Spy 2, and now Spy 3 is there, but maybe Spy 3, maybe this is just another thing that can appear, for example, in an item shop or appear on a location. Masteries. They're just called masteries. And it's just giving me some definitions down there on the bottom in terms of gleaning and nearby cells and things. Like, I could unlock Spy 3 here, but it wouldn't be purchased. And even after I purchase it, I don't know that I actually get it. In any case, let's continue the quest.
Hello.
I've got the best prices around. 3 apples, price 15 coins. 3 apples sounds pretty great, because I presume they heal me. Danger, frogs. Okay, whatever you say. I just see lily pads. Alright, so if we manage to get those coins, I will definitely buy apples from this guy, because it seems like buying health is in general going to be a good thing in this game. Based on what little I know. And this one has interesting ambience, just in terms of like hearing these swamp-like sounds in the background or whatever. Let's see, what can I do here? I can do this. Okay, so 2. One of them's already taken up here, so there's at most one of these 3, which means since this one has 4, but it can only be at most one of these, that one has to be a bad guy, which means exactly one of these, which means this one is safe. And let's see. Oh. I could open up all of this already. Hee. Alright, here's a chance to get a heart. And I still can't buy the 15 coins. I could open up a treasure and maybe I'll get some more coins. Or diamond is definitely worth coins. Let's do this. I'm going to take the diamond, and then I'm going to do this. Alright, apples. And so, they're in my inventory. They restore 1 life. I think in general it's going to be a good thing to go ahead and eat one of those now. I'm going to hold on to a couple of them for later, just in case I encounter other ways to get healing between now and then. And I don't think I'm in immediate danger with 6 damage. The power level of this puzzle is 2 to 3, so no one's going to hit me for more than 1 at a time. So if I'm careful, I should be good. Oh, and the sun drop is fully charged. Yeah, once again... Well, since it just reveals them randomly completely, I think I might as well just go ahead and reveal... Hey, we found some monsters. Great. I think that seems reasonable. Okay, so this one has to be a bad guy. And we have a bunch of easy choices going on over here. With the 3 there, we got that. With the 4 there, we got that. And then 50-50 one of those means that one has to be free, which means that has to be the bad guy. Alright, just some basic cording for the win to open up some squares over here. Yeah, you can even kind of turn off your brain entirely and just do some clicking on certain numbers. Okay, exactly one of those means that this one has to be open, which opens up this whole corner of the puzzle. And is that everything? No, we still have down here 5. 2 of these. Well, there's one of them. There are 2 monsters left. Exactly one of these is a monster. And exactly one of these is the monster, so I'm pretty sure it's basically a 50-50 here. Because it's either this one and this one, or this one and this one. So let's just pick one. Hooray, we got lucky. Okay, so it has to be that. And that. Great. Stage clear. Our defense keeps going up. So getting this early in the game, the Iron Bank or whatever, like, seems to be a good thing. And at this point, my defense might be high enough that maybe I should just start opening treasure chests again in terms of my overall strategy in the quest. And I've only got 4 coins, so I think, again, I'm just going to skip the shop for now. Power level 2 to 5 here in the graveyard. Ooh, new paint. What is a paint? Seaweed, rare paint. I will take it. Alright, maybe that's just some random cosmetic then. Gonna grab the coins. DemonCrawl values you as a human being. Well, thank you, DemonCrawl. Gonna grab these coins as well. And, okay, well, we got one obvious thing over here that we can open up for starters, as well as one over here and here. Sundrop is fully charged. Let's go ahead and just use it. There we go. I revealed one thing. I didn't even see where. Up in the corner. Okay, great. We can go ahead and open up a bit down here. So let's do such things as these. Exactly one of those two. Actually, exactly 3 of these. So let's just go ahead and mark those. That'll help us get into this section. The WASD is kind of like, it moves the puzzle down, which feels like your viewport is scrolling up, and so I often... my natural instinct is to go the opposite direction. It almost feels like I'm steering upside down. But that's okay. My fingers will get used to it in time. But if you see me steering in the wrong direction, that's why. One thing that I think it's easy to lose track of when you're just watching someone play a game is the control scheme. Even in a simple game like this, like, you don't always come to appreciate exactly what buttons are being pressed in order to make things happen on the screen. Okay, exactly one of these 2 and 4 of these 5 means that all 3 of these have to be bad guys. Yeah, so I like to call things out like that when I can, in case it helps you, I don't know, understand my plight as a game player. Maybe that's a little too dramatic. Okay, exactly one of these 2 means this one has to be, which means I can open up a bit over here, and a lot over here. Let's see, that's gonna open up. Looks like that has to open up. Great. Exactly one of those. Exactly one of those, so this one has to be safe. 1, 2, it has to be both of those. How many monsters do we have left? We still have some space in the corner down here, too. Actually, a lot. It's not just a corner down here, it's most of the rest of the puzzle down here. Exactly one of those, exactly one of those, a few of those. We've got a 50-50 there. I feel like there's still somewhere good that I can move into the puzzle without taking any more risks. But I'm not immediately seeing it. Well, this is a very, that's a very low-risk thing, because one of the 2 monsters is already revealed. So let's pick one of these squares that's likely to help me. Sundrop is fully charged. Okay, let's use it. Cool! That was actually a useful monster right here. It just opened up this safely. Okay, that's really cool. I like the Sundrop. We're getting some good items. Okay, so we finished up the top bit. We didn't get any monsters revealed down here. So we have various 50-50s. There's a 1 and 3, there's a 1 and 3. There's multiple information that says that that's 1 and 3, so I'm going to click on one of these 2. Sadly, it was the wrong one. Alright, but fortunately we have a lot of defense. I'm going to go ahead and eat another one of my apples, just to make sure I don't do something silly. But we still have an apple left. And what can I reason through over here now? I feel like somewhere there should be something. Okay, so we have 50-50 there. As well as 50-50 there. As well as 50-50 there. So, 50-50 there means that it's most 50-50 here. Okay, so this one has to be a bad guy, I think, actually. Let's hope that was correct. Nope. Okay, so I might have mislabeled that. I didn't explain the logic, and it's probably a good idea that I didn't explain the logic there, because the logic was wrong. Alright, so that has to be... We're still at 3 of 5 hit points. I'm going to hold on to the apple for a little while longer, just in case it might have some value other than just eating for something right now, or maybe something else is going to heal me unexpectedly. There are 2 monsters remaining. One of them is here. One of them is here. That means these squares are all safe. Great. My logic worked. It has to be these. Do I want to open the treasure? I think yes. What are the odds? Full heal. Then gain souls equal to your like. Every 5 turns you lose 1 life. Oh. Maybe I won't use that. But we have it as an item that we could use. If we get desperate right near the end, we could totally use it. But that was just an activatable item that's in my inventory. Okay, so we'll have that for later. We managed to clear another level. We're still at 3 of 5 hearts. And with 15 coins, let's go back and check the old shop. Maybe there's something good that I can buy here. I can buy some boots, which are leg armor. I've already got enough defense, so I'm not sure that it's worth that. And yeah, I don't know enough about all the mechanics to reason through everything there. Waygate, special stage, teleport to another stage. So I think this gives me a choice of stages. I could get a shop, I could get a null wicket dungeon, or a shop. Let's choose the shop. Alright, and we could buy... Restore 1 life when you spend at least 5 coins. And this has a yellow background, which means it's a... Is that also some kind of passive? It's not an omen. I forget what the various categories of items are. But I'm gonna get this. Oh, and shops never run out of items. And so now there's an apple here. So I'm gonna buy that as well. And now I don't have enough money. No, I could buy this. Big wallet, shops have 3 extra items. I don't really need that, though. Okay, so that was actually super useful. Hooray for that. And we're getting deep into an episode, but let's try to do another level. Uh-oh, Null Wicket Dungeon. Let's read about this. Power level 2 to 6. Monsters deal damage to your max life is what Null is. So I think that's if you accidentally click on one of these, possibly. Wicked. When you enter this stage, spawn 5 Cankers. Canker is an orb that causes you to lose 1 life when clicked. Okay, so basically the clicking part of this game just became more difficult. So I just have to be careful as I move around that there aren't monsters on the screen. So this has made it more of a kind of button pushy, clicky kind of game than it was just moments ago. So that's interesting, is a word we could use to describe it. Alright, so I'm going to move even more slowly than I was going before, which is probably already. Let's go ahead and use the sun drop. It seems like there's no reason. Oh, magic is in the air. Apparently by casting spells a certain number of times or something, I got some achievement. I don't know what's up with that. Achievements. Psh. Right. Okay. 50-50 there. 2 of these 3 mean that this one has to be bad. So let's go ahead and open that up. I have enough defense that I don't care about saving the diamonds for later, so I'm going to go ahead and take them. These can all be marked because it's a nice big 4. Don't click on the Hoozy. And let's see. What else can I do safely here? I'm glad we have a monster over there that's going to come in useful later, hopefully. Right here. This one is definitely bad. And we can open up a bit more of the puzzle over here. Let's see. We've got both of those. That's a 50-50. Oh, no, it was already open. Oops, I didn't see this one down here. That was already marked. Alright, which means that one's bad. So we can open up all of these squares. Okay, this is actually going pretty well right now. So long as I don't get hit by the cankers that are flying around, or whatever they were called. And let's go down this way. Still keep steering in the wrong direction. I really have to think about it to steer properly. I wonder if there's a way to reverse it, possibly. In terms of like UI control options or something like that. Okay, I see things happening over here, but I'm trying to be very patient so that I don't accidentally click on one of these guys when I don't mean to. Oh, and interesting, like they move around with my viewport and not the puzzle. I just realized that. So also scrolling around interacts with these guys bouncing around. Magic items, 28 coins. I don't have that much money, and I don't know that I'm interested in another magic item right now. So, sorry guy, no deal. The treasure chest. Treasure chests can sometimes be a liability, because they can have bad omens and different things. Let's go ahead and use the sun drop again. Cool. Revealed some more monsters. So I'm going to choose not to open that treasure chest right now. If nothing else, if I leave it at the end of the puzzle, it'll give me some more defense. So far, this is going pretty great. Alright, still trying to be patient so that I don't accidentally click on one of these dudes. Exactly one of those two. The 2 is here, is already touching that. I'll be touching one of those, so this one is free. And this guy, give me 5 coins and I'll fight for you. I'm curious to see exactly what that means. So I think I'm going to do that. Is he going to go around and destroy monsters? Okay, familiar, moves in random directions each turn, revealing sales, picking up loot for you, is always strong. It's also strong enough to kill monsters. Okay, so we will try to witness what this guy is doing over time. But I think I have to reveal a cell for a turn to like be taken. So like this, yeah. So he just took a move to the right. And yeah, so I prefer to reveal cells one at a time when possible, I believe. So that he'll take more steps and possibly reveal more things for me than I would otherwise find if I was revealing like a whole big group all at once. I think, possibly, is how this is going to work. So for example, all of these can be revealed, but I want to reveal them one at a time. So I'm going to click them individually so that he'll walk around. Okay, get out of my way. Cool, he just killed a monster that was here, I believe. So let's try to go to a puzzle, sorry, a portion of the puzzle where he's not at right now and see if there's any progress that could be made. So exactly one of those 2 means that both of these are open due to this 3. Alright, so I think he's doing good things for me over there. Also, we opened up a 6, which is pretty amazing. And let's see. I can open up... Oops, I opened up both of those at once. It's not exactly what I meant to do, but... Let's try to open up one square at a time and hope that this guy will randomly move into a good portion of the puzzle. Let's see. Alright, I can do this. So basically all of these are openable, so let's just start clicking them one by one. That opened up this whole section, but that was gonna be bound to happen eventually. That'll just open up one square. Cool, he just killed this guy as well. Alright, so this guy fighting for us, I do have a sense of how he works and what value he can potentially bring. But given that he's this far over, I don't think he's going to walk over into any of these squares, so I'm not going to worry about trying to utilize him very much for the rest of the puzzle, because I'm pretty sure I've got this on my own at this point. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's got to be that one, which finishes the puzzle. Cool. And I don't think that little helper dude is going to carry with us until the next level. Alright, But we're making great progress on this quest. I've not made too many mistakes. I feel like I'm gaining a little bit of understanding about the game, although I still don't quite understand the masteries. We have a bunch of tokens. But it's also been long enough, and I know the last few levels tend to go slower. It's been long enough that I feel like this is probably a good place to cut an episode, so I'll say I hope as always that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again next time in DemonCrawl when we continue this particular quest line, and I think I'm in good shape to possibly finish it off, so wish me luck.